What's up, home skillets? Welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another week. Turn on the tracking. Welcome to a public holiday. I don't know if we've ever celebrated the monarch's birthday on the actual birthday, and I don't know when it is. I don't know when the Queen's one was, and I don't really care. Oh, was it? Yeah, we keep it that way for consistency's purpose. So that's fine. Back in the day, it used to be bonfire night or firecracker night until that got banned. And I like fireworks a lot. I miss fireworks. I don't mind that fireworks are no longer here because they do hurt and scare animals. So instead of fireworks, we're going to do two British dishes this evening. We're going to cook from Blumenthal. Is this a cookbook? We haven't cooked, I have, but I haven't cooked on stream anything from this book yet. And we're going to do a version of the Jubilee Coronation Chicken. We're going to do that on rice instead of like on a sandwich. It's kind of like a picnic sandwich filling. And then of course, who could go to Britain without paying a visit to Nigella Lawson? And so we are going to cook these caramel pots from Butterscotch pots, rather, from At My Table. Can't remember if this is Shelley's or mine. On the short list, of course, was Hugh Fernley, Eat It All, and Jamie. I actually had a look, and I didn't have any Rick Stein cookbooks that are British centric, except that he's British. So that's why I've decided to go with these two. But a good opportunity to cook from two books that I haven't used before, given that I've just added a couple more to the collection. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by poaching some chicken. So this recipe calls for 200 grams of chicken, apricots, mayo, mango chutney, curry powder, Worcester, salt and pepper, and then bread. And so for this dried dip, he's got desiccated coconut and flaked almonds. I'm thinking about doing that on top because I'm going to serve this warm on rice. So we're going to just get started with that and poach some chicken thigh. I get the breast thing, but I'm not doing that. We're going to do thigh, is what we're going to do. And that does work. Good. And I didn't get around to looking at what Charles likes to eat, but Chef Darren Grady on YouTube. So he lives in Texas now, but he was personal chef to the Queen and Diana, and Harry and bloody Rupert, whoever the other one was. So he cooked for Diana during the dramatic Charles years, and he has since started a YouTube channel and moved to America, where he does like what would you say, like, well, he was doing a fish and chip van, a chippy as they say in the UK. But yeah, because of his connection to the royal family, his YouTube channel blew up, as they say. So lots of good inside information on that one. And also, this is another good opportunity for me to use some Keen's mustard powder. because it doesn't come up all that often. So we're just going to be poaching these chicken thighs. We're just cooking them through. So we'll make a little bit of a bouillon, I think is what we'll do. So this is pretty straightforward stuff. Might even just use a... You could just use water, but adding a bit of flavour into the poaching liquid never goes astray. I need to wash this. Cool. So while we wait for that to heat up, so we have our curry powder. Oh, that's mustard powder, right? Curry powder. I do have curry powder. Oh yeah, I do. Evie, I saw just before and I laughed at the Bulbasaur. I think that's quite funny. Red alert for Evie. Welcome on in. What's the haps? How's it going at your end? We're doing British cookery for this public holiday. So, curry powder, dried apricots. What did you have for dinner, Evie? Chutney. We've got some nice chutney from South Australia. The mango chutney Yvonne charmed her husband with, apparently. Chicken palmy. I had a chicken parmigiana with peri-peri sauce on it on Thursday. And that was good. Like, it was your classic palmy, but it had some sort of like heat going on there. Good for the weather that we're dealing with at the moment, because it is getting cold and it's making me depressed. It has been absolutely horrible the past couple of days. Down to -1, or apparent -1 for the past few days. Orange Hugh joins us. I'm going to crown it with a crumble of toasted desiccated coconut and flaked almonds. Actually, Hugh, this is, so I was just saying before you joined, I think this is Heston's latest one, and I've only done one dish out of this, but I haven't done it on stream. And so this is a weird book. So I didn't know until like a couple of months ago that he had like a massive breakdown. But this must have been published just before that happened. So it's a weird mixture of complicated and really, really simple, but like simple that's justified. Yeah, so we'll do that, and we've got some Nigella butterscotch cups on the way. Cold, not like this, Evie. This is like windy, cold rain. It's just not, it's not pleasant. Even the chickens went back into the coop this morning because they're like, nah. It's just not very pleasant. Ah, man, I do like a good focaccia. Yes. Italian was on the menu, or the potential menu for this evening. Butterscotch, this is really simple. I was just looking for butterscotch pots. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna Uber. I have 2 days of a work planning event from tomorrow and the next day. So yeah, no streaming on Wednesday. I'm going to Uber in tomorrow probably. Butterscotch pots are just corn flour, milk, egg, salt, butter, sugar and cream. Not a complicated proposition. Yeah, that's it. When the chickens go inside, you know it's a cold day. So this is our poaching liquid that is just warming up. This cooktop is either going to be repaired or replaced in the coming weeks because it has become dangerous and not working properly. Worcester. So we have the and then mayo. And I'm going to serve this warm on the rice. Yeah, it has broken. So we've had 2 instances of where it's turned itself on, and both times the smoke alarm and Siri woke us up. So I had a guy around yesterday. On Friday, and he's like, "Yeah, this is broken." So we just got to work out whether or not they want to repair it or replace the whole thing. The way, if I did a Nigella stream, what I would have to do is restart the stream at around midnight when I come out in my nightgown, and then go to the fridge and then eat some big spoonfuls of whipped cream or something before going back to bed. And I'm not going to do that, so no. We watched where was it? Amsterdam. Nigella in Amsterdam. She's definitely feeling the years and the domestic abuse. Still good though. Yeah, me too. It is difficult. What am I doing? Chicken thigh. We'll use some tongs. So the recipe does call for chicken breast. Nuts to chicken breast. And we do chicken thigh. I'm just poaching this, so I don't want this to be like boiling it to the max. And we'll just do 2. I was going to sous vide this, and then I ran out of carrying. Thigh has more flavor. It's superior in basically every way, as far as I can tell. Unless you need the shape for some reason, I just don't. There's no point. Ugh, my mortal enemy. Glad rat. What did you do? Because South Australia also has the King's birthday. What do you do on a day like that in South Australia? Felicity. Yeah, up a shade sail, eh? Doing stuff like that is more annoying than you expect. Didn't use this, so to keep out that Adelaide sun. And for the international viewers, even though I complain about the weather in Canberra regularly, the weather for its extremes is worse in Adelaide and the satellite regions, without a doubt. Sooty, what do you think of the weather? Sooty, don't care. What will we get for you? Maybe some chicken. Hello, Sooty. Some Coronation chicken for the soot. Oh yeah, the drought. Yeah, we haven't. We're not in drought, at least in my my area. I mean the tiny amount of space that we occupy. But yeah, it's definitely a problem. For a lot of the east and south coasts, no doubt about it. Just going to turn this up a little bit. Okay, now I think I can put so I can just put the rest of this stuff in a bowl. I wonder, because I want it warm, I might build it in a saucepan. What, well, focaccia recipes. One that I really like is where you have like sliced green grapes sprinkled over the top. I can smell the burning from where the pan burned the other night. Fantastic. Heston, always terribly precise, but what I do appreciate about it is really one of the few modern cookbook writers that just go by weight, which is, well, actually, all I've just spotted. He's got a quarter teaspoon here, but normally, even down to the water, it is by, that's hidden by my, normally it's by weight, and it's metric, which is entirely sensible. Because why wouldn't you do it that way? Unless you want it to be difficult. Pack brand. Best quality. Where's this from? So it's imported by a company in Padstow. Oh, they're Turkish. Okay. Why not? $20 grams. Oh, that's not much. That's just for 2 though. How much chicken did I put in? I'm gonna just amp this up a little bit more because I did not. Measure that. But I think it's more than 200 grams. So we'll aim for like 100 grams of mayo. About 100 grams. 15 grams of chutney. This is quite a sweet chutney. Oh man, I want focaccia now. Blob, straight up. Done. Two and a bit teaspoons of curry powder. What was this? Half. 1. Two heaped. Maybe a bit more. Oh, it smells good. There is something about this that I like. And then some Worcester, so 1/4 teaspoon, so a bit more. Old Bay Holbrook. That is a bit more. And then salt and pepper. And we're just going to stir this and combine. And we'll mince those apricots and incorporate them as well. Let's just have a look at the chicken. It smells really good. I've never actually had a Coronation chicken before. Straight out of oven. Did you say you put rosemary on the top? Yeah, that's the thing about it. I don't know, maybe you were checking on it, but I said like sliced grapes and rosemary and a bit of onion on top works well. But otherwise, just straight up. Cool. Yeah, I think I came across it. What was I looking at? It might have been, I don't own a copy of it, but there was this apparently quite a popular Italian like home cooking cookbook where I first started to see things like what would be another example, like potato and rosemary on pizza, like not far from focaccia, what we're describing there. And this would have been when I was pretty young, but I would look at it. I think we got it from a second-hand shop, and I was like, oh, so the base of pizza doesn't have to be tomato, which I'd never, ever, ever considered up until that point. Because, you know, that's all you see on the cartoons. And then starting to mix fruit and stuff in was a bit of a, yeah, it was an interesting an interesting departure. Yeah, that's not too bad. So there's apricot is not my favorite fruit. I will have to say. Also, when I was younger, like I used to get, like it used to trigger a bit of asthma because of the sulfites or whatever the preservative was in them. But I like glacé. I mean, this is almost glacé apricot. So we're just gonna rough it up, and you can't have Jubilee chicken without apricots. Worcester curry powder, mayo, mango chutney, apricots. That's it. A salt and pepper. So that all goes and sits, and then when the chicken's finished doing what it's doing, we'll shred that up and mix it. And then I want to put this on rice. It's like a picnic thing, like you would put it on bread or whatever. But there's heaps of recipes for this. Me too. Glacé cherries was remains one of my favorite things. I would get glacé cherries. Yeah, I would just like steal them from the pantry, or mix them in with like just like Streets or Peters or whatever ice cream, because they would chill down, and then the mouth, like the texture, changes quite a bit when they start to chill. And I still love that. That's why I like the cassata recipe that I've done here a couple of times, because it's like chilled glacé fruits. Whoa, just got some of that on the wall. Do we have any glacé? Yeah, I did that for the first time for a very long time. Like a couple of months ago. Glacé cherries, store-bought ice cream, and chocolate sauce. Kind of like Goodberries, or I think that's just a Canberra thing, but like concretes, like, mixed concrete dessert places. And on the rosemary front, the one that I've got next to the chicken coop has grown so big that I'm considering that I might have to pull it up, because it's breaking the fence, basically. A little bit more heat. Oh no. Yeah, we did. So last week was the first frost. Oh, you're a public servant. Oh, well, if you're in the city, happy to. What do we say here? 2 before 10 is a name of a good coffee place. And it's a public servant joke, because they went for 2 coffee breaks before 10 a.m. and it's turned into this like really popular coffee chain here. And I like the humor in it. Yeah, tomorrow and the next day I have 2 full days worth of planning day in the city. Oh, and I don't know why it has to be 2 days. Anyway, got to do it. What so for state government? Oh, you don't have to answer that. Also, what am I doing? Okay, so that is basically the Coronation chicken ready to go. Or would the terrible irony be that you work for my department and you're coming to... Nah, we would have worked that out. Oh, defense. Yeah, very good. Very good. I do know a few people that work at defense, but this is Canberra, and every fourth person that you meet here is a spy. Statistically. Hasjaz was out at HMS Harmon the other day. Then she got COVID. So she's been at home. We parked at Defence a couple of weeks ago for the Star Wars concert at the Carillion, which is good fun. And Shelley has spent a fair bit of time at Old Campbell Park. There's no doubt about it. Okay, we're going to make the butterscotch pots. Corn flour into a bowl. So I literally looked at this recipe like an hour ago. Yep. In the rabbit warrens. So as you go by, so you got Russell and Campbell and all the rest of it to your left there. It depends which way you're looking. But Black Mountain, if you look at the Black Mountain Tower, I'm sort of just behind and to the left of that. As in where I am right now. I work in the city. It can come down. I don't want to boil it. I just want this to be cooked. She says, put the corn flour into the bowl and slowly whisk the milk in until I have banished every lump. And it wants to be in a little pot. Oh, I've used all my widow pots. Okay. Oh, this is way too big for it. Well, bring your jacket, because it's not very nice here at the moment. No, I don't have another one, so we're just going to do it here. Four teaspoons. Maybe there's a little one in here. For custards and stuff like this, like proper non-stick is always a good... Yeah. Oh, it's not much smaller, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, part of me was expecting to see Jess Winterbottom in the chat this evening, so she will... Well, maybe she's flying in at the moment. Yeah, God, why would you do it just in like one day ahead of the public holiday for all those poor saps? Either they have to fly tonight or tomorrow morning. Yeah, well, that's what you got to do in the public service. Four teaspoons. This is half a teaspoon. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should have picked a bigger spoon. 5, 6, 7, Oh, a week's a long time. How annoying. Corn flour into bowl, then slowly whisk in the milk and keep whisking till I've banished every lump. How much? 200 mils. Bubble. So yeah, I have last time I was messing with tapioca, I did just like the classic tapioca pudding, like the what do they call it, frog spawn. But I have always wanted to do some more Southeast Asian style use of it. There's a place, it doesn't exist here anymore, but it's called Meat Fresh, which is Taiwanese, like herbal jelly, shaved frozen iced dessert place. Like what you'll get in Sydney and Melbourne. I love that place. I used to go there all the time. But no, I've never made boba or boba, depending on who you are. 200 mils. And a whittle whisk. But quite a few, like just straight up boba tea places in Canberra, if that's required. I don't know about in the Defence Precinct. What? Welcome on in. You're just in time to help us celebrate the King's birthday. How's it going, Wolfie? We are making Coronation Chicken, which is like a shredded chicken, fruit and curry salad, I guess, from Heston, and we're doing butterscotch pots from Nigella. Now, this mason cache is a lovely bowl, and maybe I just haven't learnt how to pour properly, but I always end up hang on, I'm doing all right, actually. There we go. How are you celebrating the monarch's birthday? Splits joins us. Indeed, and I was saying just when we started, I didn't get around to looking at what King Charlie himself likes. So I'm just doing 2 British recipes, one from Heston, one from Nigella. Oh, okay, good for the lungs. That's cool. Well, hopefully it was warm. Kind of like what do you call it? Hydro. What is it called? I was considering doing a mushroom risotto, but I'm still kind of recovering from our trip to the truffle farm, and I didn't really want mushrooms. Hydrotherapy, yeah, yeah. That's cool. How did that go? Splits. I'm going to assume you're a fan of the Chef Darren O'Grady YouTube channel, and if you're not, you should check it out. My music has just stopped. So we're making caramel. I thought as much. So I was going to do some of his recipes today, but I thought I need to use. So we're doing the Nigella butterscotch pots, and we're doing the Coronation chicken from Heston. It's about as British as I need to be this evening. Damn right you did. Are you all pruned up, Wolfie, or did you dry off properly? It's been a while since I've been in a pool. I used to swim quite a lot. What's for dinner, Splits? How are you celebrating the monarch's birthday? Maybe just a little bit more. Yeah, that's a lot. I see. So this is, yeah, no, that's good. Because people often forget that like lungs aren't the function of lungs are a function of the muscles around them, not themselves. The King's birthday, apparently. The Regent. Scott Morrison got a member of the order today for some reason. Yeah, so this is improving the muscle structure and the cardiovascular health. So, oh, hang on, I should probably read this. Can't see what I'm doing. So I put the corn flour in the bowl and I've banished every lump. Now beat in the egg yolk and the salt. Okay. 15 gram, oh wait, quarter teaspoon. And an egg yolk. See, this is what I was asking, Splits. And you know, now that I've been talking to Orange, maybe are you Canadian? Have I mixed you guys up? Because Orange is not Canadian. And I know Canadians are part of the Commonwealth. That's my only conclusion that I've been able to come to. Why? I'm not sure, Wolfie. I don't know. So we need an egg yolk. I think for convenience's sake. Just gonna master of egg splits. Gonna separate that. We are gonna abandon the white. You say we, Wolfie, but what you will find, and you may be shocked and appalled by, is that Queensland does not celebrate the King's birthday on this day. Don't ask me why. There's been heaps of theories put forward, conspiracy theories, and to be honest, some of them I think are correct. So egg yolk and salt. into the milk and cornstarch. Alright, it's more than a bit nutty. So now I've run out of saucepans. That's okay. No, they don't do anything right, really. $15 grams. I will measure this because we are doing such small portions. You know, I can kind of see. No. I'll do it here. DJ Albo likes Greek cuisine, eh? I almost did. If it wasn't going to be this, I was going to do like a Greek chicken something or other. Aiming for 15. 25. No, screw it. We'll do the whole thing. I was just looking at footage of an Australian Channel 9 reporter that gets shot in the leg with rubber bullets at the LA riots that's going on. And what I think, because Albo is going to go and talk to Trump shortly, what I would say as the Prime Minister is, appreciate your efforts, but like, can you not shoot our journalists in the leg, please? You know. And not even as a suggestion, it's more like, just don't be shooting the journalists. Melt the butter. And then we're going to whisk in 50 grams of caster sugar. Star Millar's tandoori food does not surprise me. Soften one butter. Yes. I had heard a racist, like I had not heard, so they call it, so Londonistan, as in like, you know, Indian and Pakistani immigrant sort of demographic shift. I hadn't heard that before. Caster sugar. Well, we got that we do. Why do you know what each of the leaders of these countries what is Putin like? I feel like you just I feel like you're just Googling this or chat GPTing it. More. That's sadly true, Wolfie. Horrible man. Oh, here's one for you. And I don't know why the hell he sent me the message, but so Dingbottom the other day just ran out of nowhere. He's like, there are termites in the house, and one of them is wearing a cowboy hat, and I'm calling him Clint Eastwood. So there's your dad joke for the evening. I was like, why are you telling me this? So we want 50 grams of this. Yeah, you must have found it on the internets somewhere. So this is probably going to want a little bit of heat, but we're just going to go in like this. Starting to smell pretty good. Yeah, clean eats wood. And then I was like, surely I can come up with some other insect-related joke, but then I couldn't. And then I forgot about it and went and did something else. Oh no, this does need to be, I need to be heating this. Okay. What I'll do, I see, this is the toffee part. So, okay, what we'll do, I've had quail egg, I've had quail, I don't mind quail. So this will just come to one side. I see what's going on. This is especially with desserts. It's like worth reading the recipe first. I don't want it burning any milk solids. So once we get this going, we've got the rice. What do we? Yeah, we'll be done with less than an hour to go for sure. Oh, why do I have to go in tomorrow? So it's this mixture that goes in, and this is what starts to make the butterscotch. It needs to be a much smaller pot. So I'm going to turn this, in fact, I'm going to turn it off. It's fine as it is. Yep. Okay. So melt the butter, yes. Whisk in the sugar, it will look grainy and clumpy, good. Like sorbet, which it does. Keep whisking until it becomes a toffee-like goo. Then a smooth and placid butterscotch coloured lake. Alright. Once it begins to bubble, swirl the pan frequently till it becomes rich, deep, glossy teak. Yep. And begins to smoke. So, oh well, and don't let it burn, obviously. But don't be so timorous that you fail to get that smoky caramel taste. Okay. Pretty sure I can do that. I would very much like a smaller pan for this, but it'll be fine. Placid. So this will just sit until we shred it and then mix it into, well, so yeah, so what'll happen is we'll take the chicken out over here, then we're going to shred it and then we're going to put it into the coronation sauce, and then I'm going to keep it warm. It smells really good. And it tastes good. And I'm going to put it over a little bit of rice. Look, camera. Because placid's better than flaccid. I'm going to stay over here and pay attention. Don't make caramels all that often. Won't lie. Actually, pretty straightforward stuff. When it comes down to it. Ah, man. I want to go to the pool. So yeah, a couple of long days tomorrow and Wednesday. Hopefully we get some good outcomes, which is what you want with the planning day. Planning days. And I'm thinking about saving the broth, which is now essentially chicken stock. Just going to turn the heat down a little bit. So it's going to come together, and then the sugar is going to melt, and it's going to form a placid pool. And then we just go in back and forward with this, so like we'll use some of the caramel to temper this. Oh, cream. Yeah. That's the other part. Yep. And then just the rice, which is an easy one to do. Yeah, so the Heston recipe calls for this on buttered bread, kind of like a, I think, I can't quite remember, but perhaps it was, what is the garden party? So the royals do the garden party, or 2 or 3 every year. And so it's between bread, so it's a sandwich filling basically. It's like a chicken salad, curried chicken salad. This is what we're getting at. So this whole thing should just out at some point. I'll get the rice on. Keeping an eye on the sugar. Oh, the water is so cold. Feels like Mr. Freeze himself is just behind the tap. Or Frosty, the snowman. Oh, it hurts. It's like you get a brain freeze just from your hand being in it. Oh. Oh. God damn it. Well, that will do. It hurts. Hopefully it stays, so we're going to temper this and make sure we don't curdle the eggs. Do you get hungry after being in the pool for so long? I used to get really hungry when I used to go swimming. Rice. Yes. Yeah, it's weird because like so much of the body that you normally don't move, so many muscles get activated. Alright, so here we go. Ow. Can I amp the heat up just a little bit? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how much, and it's kind of not surprising. Like when you think of people like drowning, or like getting stuck out in a lake or in the ocean. Really, the distance between where they are and like safety is not actually that far away, but in your mind it doesn't look that far away. But the amount of muscles that the body's got to use to get there, yeah, you don't want to underestimate it. Almost. So here it goes. Here it goes. Just going to turn it down a little bit, and I'm going to turn the fan on. So here's our caramel. And I'm going to take it off the heat. Because I don't trust myself. And we're going to keep moving it. Whoop. And so the liquid on top, you see, that is just fat that is separated from the butter. Keeping it moving, keeping it moving. Awesome. Oh, I hope not. This will be like napalm. So she says, all right, so 100 mils of the cream. See, I am being a little bit tentative here. I'm going to bring it back together. And a bit more heat back. So 100 mils is like a quarter of what's left here. And I very, very nearly went to taste it. And that would be... What the hell is that? A terrible idea. So this is only 2, like makes 2. Take it off the heat, and now it is going to bubble. And now it's going to melt. And so this is where we get our caramel sludge from. And it kind of looks like a Milky Way on this side. And then the rest of it is just going to dissolve. Yep. turn the fan off. What's beeping? Okay. Yeah, there's something about Milky Way that is just, I think it's the sugar that does it. Take the pan off the heat, whisk in the cream. And so we just keep it on the heat till it melts the rest of it. Yeah, so you can see here we've got a caramel sauce forming. Excellent. Okay. What do I need now? Oh, yes. This was a bit of a... This came kind of randomly, actually. So, Darrenberg... The Jump Stump. So this is one of the entry-level wines. So GSM, so Grenache Shiraz Mort d'Oeuvre. But either they've got like a lot of stock... Don't really understand, but like I picked it when I poured it because this is a 2019 vintage, which is pretty old for stuff that you would get off the shelf of anywhere for less than $20. And I was like, yeah, what's going on there? But this is a good place for it. Like, what is that? Like 5-6 years for $18 or something. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Must remain paying attention. And then we, wrong button. Should be right. One minute left on the rice. Turn the heat down now. I just want this to melt. I don't want to run the risk of splitting. There's a lot of fat in here, so that should hold the lipids of the dairy together. But I just want this to come together as a caramel with no solids. And now we're getting there. Hello. So when your rice cooker finishes, don't open the lid immediately. Let it sit for a bit. Because there's still heaps of moisture that it needs to absorb. No. This is just chicken thigh. So this is the Coronation chicken, which I'm just poaching, which I have just poached, and we're going to slice up and put into that sauce. Yeah, that's good. No, I've never never octopused. I've never cooked octopus, and yeah, like I mean, there's a bit of hypocrisy there, given that I cook other animals. But I was reflecting on that sort of vegetarian phase that we went through, and octopi. The octopus that I've had has been great, but I feel sorry for them, kind of like in the same way that I feel sorry for pigs. But you know, I eat pork and other, like, yeah. There's no. It's a bit of a false equivalence in my mind. Melting now. Just a bit more. Okay, so... Oh, it popped up a little clip notification when you did that. So this is what the chicken / octopus is going to go into. How are we doing for time? 5:24. There we go. That's a cool idea. I probably should just one day record ASMR. Like on a non-streaming day. Okay, so now things have melted. So it does need just a moment more. What I'm going to do is use a smaller chopping board. In fact, I was looking for a microphone on Amazon today, and a bunch of the sponsored hits were like ASMR, 8 hours of rubbing on the microphone or whatever. As sponsored content, so obviously they pay for that to happen. Chicken broth. Oh, can't put it down without spilling. has just messaged me saying she's burnt her pie. And the pro tip there is not to fall asleep while cooking a pie. And I tend to agree with her there. It was a chicken pot pie from the photos. I assume that's why, well, that plus she's asleep, or was asleep, is why she's not in here right now. But a chicken pot pie, I believe. Yeah, well, I mean, I like a bit of burnt. Well, I do like me a bit of burnt. Whoop. That I'm going to put aside for some hungry cats. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Carbon. Music just stopped. I don't think you can get more British than this. Oh, I thought I almost got the hiccups. And then all I need for the rest of that is just some parsley, really. Okay. Pour half of this hot mixture into the milk and egg, and then go back and forward. So that's quite hot. I've made this mistake before. We're going to go the other way. Well, I've got a friend called Lee, but it's not a name that comes up very often. Take the pan in the cream, ba 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 ba. Whoa. And so we're tempering this. And this is going to have to go back in the pot. Should take a minute. It's so cold here though, that's immediately just gone to... But we're just making sure we don't cook the egg. Is it still? No, the whole thing can go in. And then back into the saucepan. Whoa. And we're just whisking I think this is a hallmark of British dishes where they just don't look very good. That tastes good though. So the mixture has to come up to heat, and then the rest of the caramel is going to melt into it, hopefully. Yeah, there's some spice there, there's some curry there. It's a bit much. So, right, so this comes to the boil. Well, no, when it's smooth, then we just pour it into glasses and chill them. I don't want any lumps. Yeah, so this is I guess what the Americans would call like a chicken salad, like mushed. It's almost. You know what's interesting about this? This is almost like a jerk, like a Caribbean, like a Jamaican. Yeah, I might have to do some reading on that. There's a nuttiness to it. Absolutely, that would be excellent pie filling. Yeah, so we're just letting this thicken up. Checking in on Hasjazz's complications. So, obviously I'm paying attention here. Because I don't want to ruin it. Oh, why is it making that sound? Beep, beep, boop, boo. Kaboom! So now it is starting to thicken right here, so you can see. So we're going to take the temperature off because these pans hold a lot of the temperature. Here we go. So this is... So here we go, the custard, right? Yes. To celebrate the king. It's homemade caramel custard. Wow. Yeah. Okay. What are we? 5:39. I'm turning the heat off both. There we go. Yeah, you see that? And especially when it cools. And once again, resisting my urge to put my finger in there and burn it. Burn it to all hell, as they would say in England. Rice. Okay, we're gonna do 2 ramekins worth. Oh, wait a water to make it cool down. Oh, that's a fat English dessert. I could hear Shelley laughing in the distance. And then, for the final touch, you get a fine chocolate nubbin, as the Queen would request. And then shave it on top. Maybe it's in here. That's a bit more scattered than I'd anticipated. Yeah, so actually, what does it say? You can eat these as soon as they're cold. Well, we'll see how that advice goes. Just need a little bit of parsley. Okay, 5:45. Not a bad innings. Parsley, parsley, parsley. Oi. It's actually quite spicy. Maybe they've got mild curry powder in there. The land of kings and queens. If only I had some sort of like seasonal flour to go on top. You can see why it's more of a sandwich filling than something necessarily over the top of rice like this. Whoop. You'd be bloody set after all the swimming sessions. Yeah, so I've started to upload a bunch of these to the old YouTubes. Hey, camera, camera, camera. And every time that I remember to take the photo of the dishes is when it helps me out with the thumbs. I think that will do. So what do we got? Home skillets. I can't see OBS. Where is the screen? I can see that now. So we got ourselves some Jubilee chicken. And also we have a fine caramel dessert. And what are we at? We are at 5:48, so that is just shy of 2 hours worth of doing. This is a 16 Pro, and I wouldn't. Well, the cameras are incredible, but it's like almost $2,000. The phone, I mean. So I don't know. Unless you're doing photos, like heaps of photos, that's all good. But that is very, 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 very expensive phone. Let's give it a whack. Just like the King would. That tastes like, this tastes like colonialism. Oh, the little burst of the apricot there. Yeah, it tastes like British. Yeah, and then you get the spice of the curry through it. It's a bit heavy. You would, so like if this is like a chicken filling on a, it's like a chicken salad, as they would say in America. And so if you just had that on little like sandwich slices, I see where this is going. Yeah. This tastes like Indian before any Indians had a chance to have any input into British recipes. Which is not to say it's bad. But yeah, I see. This tastes like the 1970s. Or, well, 50s, I suppose. No, it's good. And this hasn't cooled down, but I am just going to give it a go. Finish chewing. Yeah, so the main thing in this was I'm looking, what I want is not to have stuffed it up and got lumpy texture, which I do not have here. This is caramel. This is definitely the better dish. It tastes like drinking because you know those Milky Bars that have those like caramel layer on top? Oh my god, yeah. It literally tastes like a little pot of liquid Cadbury. Wow. And when it's chilled, it's going to thicken up a bit. Oh yeah, that's really quite good. And why I didn't doubt it, but it's like, I mean, who do you turn to if you want British recipe, especially when it comes to the dessert section of a cookbook? You turn to Nigella. That's excellent. This is good. We're done. Yeah, so no stream on Wednesday. Stuck in the city. So I haven't really been streaming on Wednesdays. But if something comes up, I'll let you know. We are done. Thank you very much, Wolfie. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for all the modern. Yeah, I've got nothing else at this stage. I think we'll just go and eat this, and yeah, I'll put these in fact, I'm gonna put them in the fridge right now. Because yeah, I think it's probably going to benefit from a little bit of chilling. Oh, my little finger can't open it. There we go. Yeah. Cool. All right, stay tuned. Stay safe. Have a good evening. And we will catch you again very soon. But until then, bye for now.